acid, bases and salts. So we have studied acids. Now we have to study bases. Now what are bases? Bases are the substances which produces OH minus ion. Means acid produces H plus ion, base produces OH minus ion. So the bases which can dissolve in water, that bases are called as the alkalis. Only water soluble bases are called as alkalis. So there are many examples of alkalis like NaOH, KOH, MgOH twice means magnesium hydroxide, NH4OH means ammonium hydroxide. Now what do all bases have in common? All bases have OH minus ion in common. So here we have given first example NaOH, aqueous. Aqueous means when we add the water in it, it will split or it will get ionized into Na plus, positively charged ion, cation, and OH minus, negatively charged anion. That is called as the hydroxyl ion or hydroxide ion. Then KOH will split into K plus and OH minus ion. MgOH twice will split Mg2 plus, because we know valency of magnesium is 2 and 2 times of OH minus ion will form. Now we have two types of bases, strong bases and weak bases. Like we have studied strong acid and weak acid. Strong base is a base means which completely get ionized in water to produce more number of OH minus ion. That is strong base. So sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide are strong base because it completely get ionized. Weak base is a substance which partially get ionized and it will produce small number of OH minus ion. So when NH4OH means ammonium hydroxide. When it is added in a water, complete ionization cannot takes place. So less number of OH minus ions are produced. So ammonium hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide are the weak bases because there is a partial ionization. Now here are some properties of the base. Opposite to acid, bases have all opposite properties to the acid. So we say that effect of acid is neutralized by base and effect of base is neutralized by acid. So what are the properties of bases? They are bitter to taste, they are soapy to touch. In base, red litmus changes to blue, but in base, blue litmus remains blue. And bases conduct electricity. Acid, bases, salts all conduct electricity. Base react with metal to form salt plus H2. So here we have given three reactions of the base. First one, base react with metal to form salt plus H2. So base is NaOH, metal is zinc. So by this reaction we get a salt Na2ZnO2, sodium zincate. See, this formula is important. Na2ZnO2 plus hydrogen gas. Then we have already seen this reaction, base react with acid to form salt and water. That is nothing but neutralization reaction. So here a common example of base is NaOH and acid is taken H2SO4. So this twice of Na and SO4 forms Na2SO4. The name of the compound is sodium sulfate and water is formed. So this is the neutralization reaction. And third, base reacts with non-metallic oxides. Non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature. Metallic oxides are basic in nature. As non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature, base can react with non-metallic oxide to form salt and water. So it is also a kind of neutralization reaction. So base is CaOH twice, calcium hydroxide. Non-metallic oxide, carbon is non-metal. So CO2 is non-metallic oxide. Both react with each other to form CaCO3, calcium carbonate, that is the salt plus water. This reaction is also a test for carbon dioxide gas. So as non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature, it reacts with base to form salt and water. Uses of bases. So first, sodium hydroxide is used to manufacture soap and synthetic fiber called as rayon. Then calcium hydroxide is used to manufacture bleaching powder, which is used as a disinfectant in water or to disinfectant a place. Then magnesium hydroxide, it is also called as the milk of magnesia and it is used to reduce the acidity. So it is called as the antacids. Then sodium carbonate, it is basic substance. So as it is basic substance, sodium carbonate means washing soda. So it is used for the cleansing action, and it also make the hard water soft. So there are two types of water: hard water which contain more amount of salt. So to make the hard water soft, sodium carbonate means washing soda is used, and NaHCO3, sodium bicarbonate or sodium hydrogen carbonate, it is called as the baking soda. So baking soda is used for making baking powder. It is also used as antacid to reduce the acidity. In simple type of fire extinguisher, this baking soda is also used, and it make the food stuff spongy, like bakery product like cake or biscuits. It make the food stuff spongy. Now we have to study strength of acid and base. For that strength of acid and base, we have pH scale. Now pH scale tells us whether the solution is acidic, basic, as well as it also tells us whether the given acid is strong acid, weak acid. Litmus paper only tells us whether it is acid or base, but pH scale tells us about strong acid, weak acid, strong base, weak base. So strength of acid and base is measured on the pH scale. Here P stands for potence. Potence means strength, and H stands for hydrogen ion. Now see, pH value is always inversely proportional to H plus ion. Very important statement. pH value increases, H plus ion decreases. pH value decreases, H plus ion increases. pH value inversely proportional to H plus ion. So here I have drawn the pH scale. So in pH scale there are three markings: 0, 7, 14, where 0 stands for strong acid, 7 stands for neutral, and 14 stands for strong base. Means when the marking is between 0 to 7, that substance is acidic, and when marking is between 7 to 14, then that substance is basic. So as we go from 7 to 0, acidity increases. Means as we have the value 6, and if we have the value 2, which is strong acid, if the value is less, then it is strong acid. But for the base, if we have value 9 and 11, the value 11 means strong base and value 9 means weak base. So as we go from 7 to 14, basicity increases, and as we go from 7 to 0, reverse, then acidity increases. Now see, this pH paper is always tested with the solution by using universal indicator. So there is a pH chart on which different color marking is given. So the solution which we have to test, it is used with the universal indicator, and there are different colors. So generally we should know the three colors on the pH chart. If the solution is neutral, then the color of the solution will be green by using universal indicator. For strong acid, universal indicator give the red color, and for strong base, universal indicator with pH chart give violet color. So pH scale tells us about the acidity and basicity of the substances, and pH value is always inversely proportional to H plus ion. Now here we have given two numerical type of question. If the solution has pH 6 and solution B has pH 8, what is the nature of the solution? As pH of A is 6 means between 0 to 6, 0 to 7 it is acidic, and B solution has pH 8 means it is between 7 to 14, so it is basic. Now second question is very important question, many times asked in the exam. 5 solution A, B, C, D with pH values means, so pH values are given for A, B, C, D, E respectively 4, 1, 11, 7, 9. So pH value of A is 4, B is 1, C is 11, D is 7 and E is 9. So we have to write the answers, what are the different types of solutions are given here. So we have to write the nature. So we are asked which substance is neutral, strongly alkaline, strongly acidic, weakly acidic and weakly alkaline. Alkaline means basic. Now we have to write the name of the solution first, symbol. So neutral, neutral means, we know neutral means the value of pH should be 7. So neutral is D. Now strongly alkaline. Alkaline means it is between from 7 to 14, but strongly alkaline means it should be more. So C 11. Strongly acidic. We know acidic substances produces more H plus ions. H plus ion value is always inversely proportional to pH. So acidic, as we want the strong acid, value of pH lowers. So strongly acidic is B with pH value 1. Then weakly acidic. Weakly acidic means A with pH value 4. And weakly alkaline means weakly basic substance with pH value 9, that is E. So if we want to find out the whether the given solution is neutral, strongly alkaline, acidic, we should know the pH chart. If we know the pH chart, we can tell the nature of the substance, whether it is neutral, alkaline, strongly alkaline, weakly alkaline, and other things. Okay. Importance of pH in daily life. So first, pH in our digestive system. Our digestive system means our stomach has HCl. HCl make the food acidic. So there should be proper amount of HCl present in our stomach. If we eat some spicy food, what happens? This amount of HCl increases. If the amount of HCl increases, then we suffer from the acidity. We have pain, irritation. Then it causes acidity. At that time, when the acidity of the stomach increases, we have to take the basic substances, because effect of acid is neutralized by the base. So antacid like NaHCO3 means baking soda, or magnesium hydroxide means milk of magnesia. These are basic substances. They can reduce the acidity of the stomach. So that is the pH in our digestive system. Similar thing happen about the tooth decay. So pH change can cause the tooth decay. If the pH value of the mouth decreases below 5.5, then our tooth starts decaying. So bacteria are present in our mouth, in our saliva, and if we eat the sugary substances in more amount, then more amount of acid is produced by these bacteria. If the amount of acid increases below certain level, then what happens? The pH of our mouth starts lowering below 5.5. When the pH become below 5.5, then what happens? That acid which is produced by the bacteria, they corrode our tooth enamel. Tooth enamel is the hardest substance in our body, as compared to the bone also. So tooth enamel is made up of calcium phosphate. When the pH become less than 5.5, acid corrode that tooth enamel, and then we say that we have a tooth decay. So if we want to prevent that tooth decay, we have to rinse our mouth properly after eating anything, so there should be no food particles remain, and we should use the toothpaste which contain the basic substances. So generally the toothpaste which are basic in nature, that toothpaste contain the substance called as fluoride.